you for being here to support these incredible, talented founders, from folks who are joining who may be participating in the conference to friends and family who are watching. Your support helps these folks more than you know, and we are so glad that you could be here. So let me break down what to expect for the evening. It's going to be a good time. We're going to learn a lot. Each founder will come up and have 3 minutes to pitch. The judges will have around 2 to 4 minutes for Q&A afterwards, and then we will continue to move through each person. Reminder, the winner will not be announced tonight. So we're going to leave you guessing and in suspicion for a little bit until the Curator Summit in Atlanta on Saturday, January 24th, which happens to be my birthday. So, if anybody wants to celebrate that too, we can do that. We're so happy you could be here. Let me introduce the judges who are going to be the folks making the big decision on who will be winning this pitch competition. So, first we have Jason Harvey, who's the executive vice president and general manager at BET, Michelle Bell, global brand music and growth partnerships at EVP, Sahara Lake, senior manager of community at Tory Burch Foundation, Sequita Mays, senior engagement specialist at JD Finish Line Foundation, Warren Jones, the co founder and managing partner at Toasted Life. We are so excited for you all to be here. And we are going to go ahead and get started with our first founder pitch. Coming in with Benjamin Williams from Motor City Sings. Benjamin, welcome to the stage.
Hi, everybody. Um, nope, that's not what we wanted. How's this?
You sound great. That's perfect.
I have been the king of technical difficulties tonight, and I apologize. If you all could just give me one moment. This is my first time working with Riverside. I think that you can now see my presentation, correct?
Correct.
All right.
All right,
All
you
right,
can
I'm gonna
start
just take a
now.
breath to realign myself so I can do my best work for all of our incredible judges and as well as my co-semifinalists. I'm very excited to be here representing Detroit, the Motor City. My name is Ben Will. I am the founding executive director of Motor City Sings, and I am here to speak about for our women. Strong Black women don't have to be strong alone. Many of us know as strong Black women, I am in the company of several today. She shows up, she carries the room, and she supports everyone else. But what we don't always ask is where she goes when she is tired, overwhelmed, or unsure. And for our women exist to answer that question, not with advice, but with presence, community, and also with care. So, what is For Our Women? It is a music centered convening for educated Black women. It's intentionally small, curated, and culturally fluent. On the surface, it does look like a concert, but what people experience is something significantly deeper. We designed it as an easy to enter cultural experience, something that educated Black women can say yes to, and that many have revealed that they leave receiving something they did not know that they needed. So why our program works? It's because we design it for intimacy and not spectacle. Music is the vehicle, and the room is curated to support connection across difference. Black women are not a monolith, and this space seeks to honor that. The experience attracts women who are seeking peers, opportunity, or next level alignment, and holds them in protected space where meaningful interaction can actually happen and occur. We like to believe that we create an easy to enter cultural experience that becomes a moment of rest, belonging, and transformation for educated Black women who are carrying more than what anyone is able to see. And we do that by designing the room first and then our growing digital landscape second. We work to record all of our events to be able to share on our various platforms so that the impact is seen outside of the actual room that we're within. How we are aligned for our women is a program of Motor City Saints, which is a 501c3 nonprofit that I, Ben Will, founded in 2018. All of our work uses music production and performance to remove stigma around mental health resource provision for Black audiences locally and beyond. Across our programs, we've engaged over 4,000 participants through culturally responsive experiences designed to be felt deeply in the room and to resonate beyond it. And here is my closing slide where I have a little QR code if you want to learn more about the organization. What qualifies me? One, I've recently have gotten a little bit of virality through some of my social media content where I'm uplifting and empowering educated Black women. But why this event is important to me is because I'm actually a two-time suicide attempt survivor from 2011. And my best friend, who's pictured here, Reverend Aisha Renee Curry from high school, is the person that helped me to be able to navigate that. She is a strong Black woman. She attended Brown University for her undergrad. She went to Harvard. She was at Emory studying her PhD when we were 26-year-old. She was 26-year-old. In 2015, I got a phone call that she ended her life via suicide. And while I was not able to save her, I recognized that I can make it my life purpose to support others. So that is why I do the work that I do. That is why I'm qualified to do the work that I do. And that is where I find alignment. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Ben. Perfect timing. And we're so happy to have you here. All right. This is our opportunity for judges to ask any questions that they have. So, judges, if you have any questions, please hop off the mic.
Hi, Ben.
Hey, can you all see me now? I'm trying to work with what I got.
we can hear you. You sound good. You're coming through loud and clear. And thank you so much for sharing your story and for being vulnerable and for the incredible work that you are doing for women. For Black women specifically, we need as much uplifting and love and empowerment as we can get. So thank you for your work here. I do have a few questions. So tell me about music is near and dear to my heart. And I know that it is healing for so many people and so needed. So when you're saying it's more than a concert, what type do you like? Can everyone get involved? Is it how do you choose people for your shows? Like, just tell me a little bit about a typical show.
Yes. Thank you so much for that question. So we seek to really activate it as a genuine third space, and we program from the moment that people enter up until the moment that the last song completes itself, even holding space for people to kind of linger and to get to know each other. And then we also have different program moments centered around the empowerment and mental health for our audiences as well. And I also have several licensed therapists and mental health professionals who work on my team to help create all of those different curated moments. As it relates to the artists that we work with, I work with people that I think are aligned with the overall mission of the event. So I look for those that already kind of have our center in like mental health, our center in empowerment within the music and art that they create naturally, so that they can just enter the space and do what they do naturally, and it kind of just takes off. It's kind of a spiritual thing that I think I identify in a little bit in that way. And then I also get the advice from my team, my board, my directors, my logistics coordinator to be able to help with those decisions. It's really interesting that I'm the only woman in the room today. I mean, the only man in the group of women today, because I'm also the only man on my team that I lead as well. So I'm very comfortable in the presence of Black women excellence.
Well, that's awesome. Thanks for explaining that, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Ben, I have a question as well. How do you promote the event? How do you get people to attend? And what does your marketing strategy look like?
Yeah. Oh, I got it.
That's it. That's my question.
Oh, okay. I'm getting that. Are you all here? Ooh, child. Riverside. Yeah. I'm not sure what. Can you still hear the echo now?
I'm not hearing an echo. I can hear you well.
Okay. I have over 700 subscribers. We also have, we've worked with a few different social media personnel to be able to help us to promote online. Artists also have promoted the events who are a part of the show on their various platforms too. So through social media content and through our email list, as well as through flyering locally. And then we're also partnering with several different organizations and venues that will include us in their newsletters and their calendars as well to send to their subscribers as well. So that's how we share a lot of community here in Detroit. I know if you guys may have heard Detroit hustles harder, but we do that by working together. So I have a lot of earned relationships in community that have allowed me to be able to get into spaces to attract attract audiences. I also serve as the community partnerships coordinator of Data Driven Detroit. So I actually work in data analytics spaces and community partnerships with a lot of community development organizations, which also happen to house a lot of educated Black women. So it's kind of like I'm always around the spaces to be able to share, and my events naturally promote just based off of the social capital that I have by the work that I do outside of this organization too.
Perfect. Thank you, Ben.
Ben, hey, do you hear me? This is Jason Harvey. How are you?
Yes, I hear you. How are you? I'm well.
I'm fantastic. Thank you so much. I didn't know if my audio was going to work because my cam was tripping a little bit, but
I'm happy I'm not the only one.
No, you're not the only one.
It's just us men that's having a hard time with that.
Hey, what's up with that? Hey, it's all good. I'm next to Black women excellence too, because my wife is very good at the technology. So I guess it's just us, bro. But quick question: is this a for-profit? Is there a revenue generation, monetization for this, or is this a non-for-profit org? I didn't catch that in the beginning.
Motor City Things, the 501c3 nonprofit organization.
Okay. And then is the music original music? Is it covers? Is it both? And if so, if you're filming for digital, what is the rights ownership of that music?
Yeah, thank you for asking that question. So it is a mix of covers and originals as well as world premieres. So the first year we did the program, we actually got a grant from the New Music Foundation that requires new music to be produced as a byproduct of the programs that happen. So each of the women that participated last year, the artists, they debuted new songs. Some of them wrote them specifically for the event. Some of them, it just happened to align with the release that they had. I don't know if you all are familiar with Charity, the artist. She's been on the rise a lot. She recently opened up for, I think Leon Thomas is his name. So she actually just aligned with the new song that she had. Anything that's produced is completely owned by the artist that does it. We're just a vessel to be able to house the creative excellence and the opportunities for the artists. But we don't own anything. For us, what we get is being able to connect people and provide them with the mental health resources. That's our purpose. But music is the vehicle with which we do that. So we're not seeking to make profit off of any artist. If anything, we provide a safe space for artists to be able to, and we also pay all of our artists very, very well. I've been told that I give a very competitive rate for my region. And I'm very proud of that. I'm extremely proud of that because I too am an artist and I have been shortchanged. So I'm very intentional about that. But yes, all artists receive compensation, handsome compensation for the work that they do, and anything they create, they own it.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Well, congratulations on your pitch, Ben, and thank you so much for being here. Judges, thank you so much for your questions. We are going to move to our next founder, which is Diamond Bradley, who's from the Primary Movement. Diamond, please take it away.
Hello, hello. I am going to share my screen. Whew. Can you all hear me well?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. All righty. I dropped in the chat. You know how live people do. Drop in the chat, drop in the chat, drop your primary hearts if you're the primary community. Hello, everyone. My name is Diamond Bradley. I'm the founder of the Primary Movement. About us. So the Primary Movement was created in 2018 on February 24th at Georgia State University. It's a creative hub that is dedicated to supporting Black creatives by connecting them with resources, opportunity, and the network to advance their career. Our values are creativity, connection, collaboration, empowerment, innovation, and exclusivity. These are some of our creatives that we've worked with, some of the work we've done. We've worked with murals, billboards, live exhibitions, pop-up events, all of the sorts. So I'm super excited to share the event concept. This is the first that some of our community has heard. So thank you so much for having us in the semifinals. We are also an LLC. So the concept of, I'm sorry. I'm just so excited to get to the event. I'm not introducing myself. So once again, my name is Diamond Bradley. I am a NOLA native. So I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, by way of being an ATLian. I've lived here for about 16 years. I'm currently in New York, going to NYU. And I work in the field. So I work in experiential marketing as an event coordinator and producer. I work in brand partnerships. I'm a yogi. I teach in wellness. I'm a wellness advocate and curator. Curating is what I started in. It was how I birthed the Primary Movement and started curating on my campuses and around the Atlanta metropolitan area. And so my background, I have a degree in art, my associate's in art. I have my bachelor's at Georgia State University in history, and I'm currently receiving my master's at NYU for event management. Last year, I was given the beautiful honor of a proclamation from the city of Atlanta from Councilwoman Boone, and it started to make me wonder, what does this mean? I wasn't really sure what it meant. It was something that was just bestowed on me. It was a beautiful honor, and I wanted to just take some time to consider that. And so what I do, one of the events that the primary creates is called the Divine Feminine. And it is a group exhibition that we do a call for art on, and about 20 artists. And so I create a theme each year based on topics that are very controversial or aligned with a lot of trends, or something that's in conversation of creatives. And because this was an award given to the primary community and myself, I wondered, what does it mean to proclaim, and what does it mean to proclaim your value? And so this is a little bit about our community. We are a range of beautiful creatives. I say that the primary focuses on holistic creatives. So we have people in the production world, entrepreneurs, music, creative professionals, media, health and wellness, fashion, civic leaders. The primary also has an initiative called Peaches to the Polls, where we work on voter empowerment. But today we're focusing on just the arts. So this is a little bit about how our value has impacted the Atlanta community. We're a key player in the ecosystem. We provide jobs, opportunities, ways to show your artwork. And so the primary is one of the first shows that we started in 2018. So this exhibition would be our 6th annual exhibition. So these are our past events. So this was also the self-care series. This was our first Divine Feminine, and this was held in the city of Atlanta. The Divine Feminine Title IX was at Georgia State University, and our last Divine Feminine was called Say Her Name in honor of Breonna Taylor, and that was the last one we had. And I've been basically being a creative myself and getting some market research, and so now we're back. We're proclaiming our time, and this would be the experience. So we would have the exhibition, which would consist of visual art, film, installation. We would have another program, the Proclaim, bringing in live artists, dance, spoken word, and music. We always focus on a holistic self, so the return to self, guided yoga, meditation, and healing, and the collective doing a live workshop with artist talks and a wall that will proclaim basically the things that you want to proclaim, a community wall. So this is our impact from our past events. We've supported 1,000 people, had 100 plus artists, had 200 attendees annually, 20 women plus creators. We typically do 20 women per show. It is specifically for self-identifying women, for the Divine Feminine. And through all of this, it's become an impactful show for artists to propel their careers. So the vision that we have
to step in as we are over time, and we have to make time for you all to be able to have Q&A. I know those 3 minutes go by so fast, don't they?
So fast. Okay. All right. So this is our vision. I'll go straight through our budget breakdown. Some of our, I will answer any questions that you have.
All right, judges, this is your time. If you have any questions for Diamond, please step up to the mic.
Hi, Diamond. Thank you so much for sharing more about the primary movement and what you guys are doing in Atlanta. I was just wondering how people who are interested in attending these, how do you get that word out, and what is required to be a part of it? So is there a fee? Is there an entrance? What does that look like?
Yeah, I'm happy to also go to, sorry about that, so I can show you. So essentially, our call for art is through Instagram, TikTok, and we also do email chains and threads. So we have multiple ways to communicate to artists. We have a pool of 1,000+ artists that we reach out to. And so we work internally with our community, but we always are searching for new creative talent. And so in the budget breakdown that I have, it's also something that I want to include to have some ads to reach out, because we also have artists, not just from the Atlanta area. They will also be from all over the world. We've shown artists from Houston, London, Seattle, Miami. The list goes on and on. So our goal is to be able to do this in multiple cities. So the budget, the opportunity to sponsor this would really help us get more outreach, as we already have an internal community.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Diamond. Michelle, I just have a quick question. I think this is awesome. What does it seems like you have a lot packed into the day. And is this like, what are the hours? I'm just wondering, like, because people are coming and going, is it kind of festival style? Just thinking about expansion and what that would look like. Is this a festival day, or is it like a few hours? How does that work?
So as a curator and being someone that is in the arts, I really like to rent a space that I can have the show up for at least a week to a month, just so that there's the opportunity for people to come, because an opening is just simply not enough to see the amazing talent that we have. And so for the past few shows, we've been able to have a space that we can rent for a long period of time. So that's why the different activations allow people to engage in different ways. So if you want to come to yoga, you're able to see the artwork at the same time. If you want to come to the opening or the artist talk, so there's different ways of engagement. So we're really getting the most exposure for this one event. And because there's also multiple artists a part of it, sometimes their family wants to come and can't come on the opening. So just really, being considerate of how the artists get to engage with their work, speak of their work, present themselves, and potentially sell their artwork. That is the ultimate goal. And we have been able to make sales in every single one of our shows. So, the support would really help being able to find a space that's an integral part to the Atlanta community. I really like to find spaces that are historic. We have a mural that's at Pullman Yards, which is a Pullman Porter stop. And if you know anything about the Pullman Porters, that was the highest working job for African Americans in the 60s. And so I like to bring my historical background into every single part of curating the show. So the space that I'm thinking about is a Black-owned gallery in Atlanta, and we will be able to show for at least a month.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Judges, we have time for one more question. So if somebody has another question, we'll have one more.
Yeah, I'll jump in. I have fantastic. Thank you so much, Diamond, for the presentation. Wondering, you mentioned that a lot of these artists get their pieces sold. Do you have like an average revenue, or kind of what? Yeah, for lack of a better word, average price that these folks are getting for their artwork? And I'm sure it depends on whether it's, what type of art it is. But just wondering if you ever thought about getting a loan, because $5,000 isn't necessarily that large of a sum. So getting a loan and then maybe working with the artist to take a percentage of that revenue and put it towards that loan, so that you can get it done without having to, get sponsorship, for instance.
That is a great question, and another way that I can consider going about it, because I really want to support the artists. 100% of their sales goes to them, and I work in partnership, so I find different creative ways to leverage our relationships, whether that's a long-term relationship, whether that's through educational resources or through job alignment, and so that's how I've been able to navigate. I started this business when I was in college, so I have a hustler's mentality, so to speak. So I just have found creative ways for us to be able to allow them to experience selling their art, because a lot of the artists that we work with are sometimes this is their first time showing. And so with that, we typically do, with the call for arts, we're able to do an application fee. So that's also how we supplement some of the fee. And because of those partnerships, I'm able to have costs that are effective, and I can negotiate those. So I think the 5,000 is reasonable. Would be super beneficial. And I think you'll see the impact if, you invest in us and choose us as your winner.
There you go. All right. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, judges, and thank you, Diamond, for your
Thank
presentation.
you.
And for everybody who has been commenting in the chat, we love to see it. Keep it going. We want to see
That's
the
the
support. We
primary.
want people cheering folks on. We love to see it. So keep that going for all of you who are watching and listening in. Next founder that is up is Michelle Gomez, who's from the African American Marketing Association. Michelle, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Give me one moment to share my screen. All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Michelle Gomez. I'm the founder and president of the African American Marketing Association. Now, we know the marketing industry is full of creativity. Whether you're a marketer or creative excited to work on your first campaign, and you realize there's a disconnect between the strategy and the execution. And halfway through the project, you're wondering why. And it's probably because we're not in the decision-making rooms. The rooms where they're discussing, they're reviewing the data from last year to come up with the ideas, the strategy, and of course, the funding for the campaign. Or maybe you're a small business owner or an underrepresented founder that you have access to the data, but because you don't like numbers, you suffer from analysis paralysis. You can't make a decision because if you make the wrong decision, it's going to be a costly mistake. This year at the Marketing for the Culture Summit, we want to change that. The theme is data-driven decisions only. This is a strategic, curated event for Black marketers, creatives, and entrepreneurs who are looking to learn, understand, and leverage data for their career and their business growth. We want to hear from speakers in our community that can we want to hear from speakers from our community that can provide culturally relevant case studies, practical frameworks, AI-powered tools and resources, actionable strategies and tactics that can be implemented today for long-term growth. We have a highly engaged community of marketing professionals, creative entrepreneurs, small business owners, nonprofit leaders, as well as brands and agencies that are looking to fill their talent and vendor pipeline. With your support, we'll be able to secure a credible venue, invest in meta ads to increase our reach, and of course, the marketing and analytical tools to measure the event ROI. Now, AMA was started in February 2019. We are a 501c3 nonprofit. We have about 60 members, and currently we have monthly programming, networking events, happy hours, coffee chats, you name it. We also have the Business and Marketing Bootcamp, a podcast, and of course, 50 Black marketers to watch. The summit is just an extension of our ecosystem. I've been in this business for 20 plus years, marketing, done it all, small business, corporate, nonprofits, you name it. And my personal mission is the economic and education development of Black people. AMA is building for the future. This year, for the summit, we want to equip our community with the data, tools, and frameworks needed to make informed decisions to win. Thank you for your time.
We love a timely pitch. We love to see it. Michelle, that's great. Thank you so much. For any of the judges, this is your time to come in and ask questions. So please go ahead and step up to your virtual mic.
Okay, I'll jump in. Michelle, thank you so much. Coming from a marketing analytics background, I think this is a really interesting summit. Had some questions about, you mentioned you have about 60 members. Is this the first summit you guys are considering, or have you done them in the past?
This will be 4. So
I'm sorry?
We've done four summits.
And you mentioned kind of analytical tools to understand the performance of those summits. Do you have any of that data? Like how successful they were, what were the objectives, and what kind of KPIs were you looking at that told you that it was an effective summit to support your goals of economic and educational development?
So the tools that we've been using has been the basic event ticketing tools as far as sales, engagement, and of course a survey. We usually use Google Forms. My team, they have discussed, and I've looked into it. I guess, some of the white label event apps that you can use temporarily, but just trying. I think those apps tend to be very robust, so I want to make sure that it's aligned with our attendees and just overall usage and, of course, consistency. So that is something that we would have to evaluate to find the right tools if we want to take it up a notch.
Got it. Okay, thank you. And did I may have missed it, but did you mention what the budget would be for the summit or what you're looking for?
Yeah, so for the past couple of years, we've been operating between 10 to 20,000 on a budget. Last year we did lose some sponsors. We lost several sponsors last year. So just pushing and moving forward.
You and about everybody else lost a few sponsors last year. Okay, thank you so much. I don't want to take that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Michelle. Sequita here. I just wanted to see, and I may have missed this. I apologize, but you mentioned the membership, but what is the average attendee size for the previous 4 summits that you all have had, and what are your goals for scalability or expanding your reach?
Yeah, so I'm based in Houston, Texas. Our first summit was in 22. That was in Atlanta, Georgia. I think we had about 80 attendees, 80 to 100 attendees. 23, we hit about the same, 80 to 100. 24, we had about 120 to 130 attendees. Last year, we had about 50 to 70 attendees. This year, I think it's more of a strategic play where we have to be consistent with monthly programming and content in order nurturing that audience for several months versus, hey, we're back out here with another summit with a decent ticket price, right? So that's some things that I was evaluating after our last summit, which was June 4th. Taking a break, going back to the drawing board, trying to understand what made 23 and 24 so special. Some of it was the content we were producing on a regular basis, especially when we had our podcast in 23. And the other factor, in my opinion, was the sponsor. We had HP sponsor us in 23 and 24. So, of course, that's an attractive name. Oh, I'm sorry. And for this year, this year we definitely want to hit that 100, 150 mark. I think another thing that may be hurting us, kind of bias on this, is the venue. We've been hosting the summit at United Way, which they cater to nonprofits, which is good, but I don't think it's appealing for ticket holders or potential ticket holders. Another thing, we're limited to the access, how we can use the building. So I think if we're able to find a different venue, we can incorporate vendors, activations, and make it more appealing overall.
And then, Michelle, just a quick question. Is this a paid event for your members? And what is the ticket cost?
Average ticket is about $100. $100, $125.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, judges. And Michelle, thank you for your pitch. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
We'll be moving on to our next person. We have Nicole Murphy, who is from Barter Black. Excited to hear from you, Nicole.
Hey there. I'm going to share my screen. All right, can you see my screen?
No, yep, it's coming now. I was about to say no, but technology works on its own time.
I love technology. I'm in my, okay, there we go. All right. Okay, I can just start whenever?
Well, almost. We see there's a black screen up so we can tell that you're sharing, but we don't have the content.
Oh. Let me stop sharing and try to share again.
All right.
Got to love technology.
And then for everybody else who's tuning in and listening, if you haven't seen the message that went into the chat about a free ticket to the Curator Summit, I would suggest going there and taking advantage of the deal that they're giving. I wouldn't miss out on that.
Okay, now?
Oh, we're still getting a black screen on our end.
It's weird. Okay, let's see. Stop sharing again. It says that it's sharing. Okay, let's try
we
something.
all understand tech issues. We always do it during the background and we test it and we make sure it works. And then once it comes to time,
it just doesn't matter. Okay, let's try this way. Still no screen?
No, still no screen.
It's saying Riverside is sharing your screen, so I'm not sure.
All right, and double checking that you're sharing your screen and not the presentation part, I think. Double checking that.
Okay, let's...
We appreciate everybody's positive comments in the chat. We've all been
here. Okay, the window. Is there still a black screen? Because it's...
Yeah, there is still a black screen here. And making sure that you do have the permissions available for...
Yes, please. Because I'm seeing it on my end, which is weird. I have the Creator Summit and then my pitch. I see.
I'm just going to jump in here. Would it be easier for you to email the presentation to me? This is Christian McKenzie, and I'll just share it.
Okay.
Just so you have something and can get started.
Okay. Let me stop sharing.
If not, you can just like do it without the deck, you know. We don't.
Or if it's a link, you could drop it in the chat and judges can follow along as you speak. That could work too.
Okay. That works.
Okay.
Let me do that right now.
See, and that's on community, making it work.
Teamwork. Okay, public view.
I can pull it up for once I click in the, once I see it in the chat, since I didn't have any issues.
Okay, it's there in the chat. Thank you so much.
Don't worry, we got you. And I haven't started the timer yet, so you know this doesn't work against you.
Okay.
All right. We got it up and it's moving. Thank you, Diamond. And Nicole, you can go ahead and take it away.
Okay, 1 second. So how do I say when to move it?
Just say next slide.
Okay. All right. So did you know that in the United States, Black-owned businesses account for less than 3% of employer-operated businesses compared to over 80% of white-owned businesses? This is why we need to find alternative ways to hire in our businesses. Next slide, please. I am Nicole Murphy, founder and CEO of Barter Black, a bartering platform for Black entrepreneurs to exchange products and services with each other in order to start, grow, and scale their businesses using our trade credits called Barter Bucks. I'm a mom, Washington, D.C. native, Black inventor with a design patent, and Barter Black was also named 2025 Best of DMV Best Black Tech Company. Next slide, please. We operate under a subscription-based business model with 2 different plans, and similar to a freelancer platform, we charge a service fee on all purchases. So if you were to purchase a $1,000 service on our platform using Barter Bucks, if you're on the gold plan, you'll pay 8%, which is $80. And this is how we save Black entrepreneurs money in their businesses. Next slide, please. We relaunched a little over a year ago. We have over 80 members on the platform with over 100 listings, and members have exchanged over 16,000 in Barter Bucks so far. Now it's time to pivot and launch our app. Next slide. We're launching our app on February the 5th with a virtual and in-person speed networking event. Not speed networking event, but virtual and in-person networking event in Bowie, Maryland. And we want to create more impact throughout the United States. So we're adding a city tour onto this app launch to create brand awareness, starting with Houston, Atlanta, Brooklyn, and New Orleans. And to date, we already have almost 400 people on our app wait list. Next slide. And with everyone talking about bringing bartering back on social media, next slide, I am here to tell you that bartering is back. Our mission is simple: ensuring that no Black-owned business or business idea fails due to lack of funding or their inability to hire. Black entrepreneurs don't lack the talent, they lack the access. And through this partnership, we can expand our community access and continue to build upon the ecosystem that will help us rebuild the new Black Wall Street. So Barter Black, thank you. Next slide. And that is it.
All right, we made it through. That was a smooth pitch, Nicole. You did it. The hard part is over. Now you just get to answer questions from our judges. Judges, please step up to the mic. The floor is yours.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi,
very nice. Wow, there's all of these are like so great. I'm really blown away here. My question for you, that this is such a cool concept. So without the app so far, have you been doing this on your website, and how many barters? I think I missed that part. So excuse me if you already said it. If you could just tell me again, how many successful barters or partnerships have you put together so far?
Yes, so we have a web platform now, and that's how we've strictly been operating on that platform. There's close to 70 successful barters on the platform, from branding and marketing, accounting, bookkeeping, virtual assistant services. We even have a mental health specialist on the platform. So anything that a business owner needs, entrepreneurs are on the platform offering their skills and their expertise in exchange for Barter Bucks, because when they earn those Barter Bucks, they can use them with anyone else in the network.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Hi, Nicole. Thank you so much for presenting today. When you mentioned that the business must first offer their services for those Barter Bucks, can you tell me what that looks like, what the process is for offering your service, or
yes,
how do you
yes. So one of the things that we wanted to do when we integrated Barter Bucks into our platform is when you join, you also get welcome Barter Bucks. So you either get 250 or you get 500 to start. So that helps people actually start bartering when they join. In order to earn Barter Bucks, you're listing your products and services. So if you're a coach, you may be listing your coaching services. If you're an accountant, you may be listing bookkeeping services, and then you value those services. On our platform, one Barter Buck is equivalent to $1. So if you charge $500 off the platform, you're going to charge 500 Barter Bucks on the platform. And when members purchase those services, you then earn those Barter Bucks, and they're sitting in your wallet to spend with anyone in the community.
I have one more question. How do you check quality control if somebody says, I saw the post, I'm a hairstylist and I'll trade a silk press for some baked ziti? How do I know that your baked ziti is going to be as good as my silk press or my braids?
I love that. So one of the things that we wanted to do, so when we first launched the Barter Black platform, it was a direct exchange platform. So you and I can come together and barter at the same time for the same value. But we found that that wasn't working because you could help me with something, but you may not want what I have. So it's not a direct exchange platform. As far as knowing who you are, so we have a great business profile for each member on the platform that lists their services, email address, website, and then the platform also accepts reviews. So if members have reviews, you can know if someone, is great to work with, if they're not great to work with. And then also, it similar to a freelancer platform, the barter bucks are not credited to your account until the buyer accepts the order and says that it was good.
Cool.
Hey, thank you so much, Nicole. Had a quick question. How are you measuring the success of Barter Black? Do you measure gross merchandising value overall? And if so, how has that kind of trended over the last few years?
So we've only been operating with the Barter Bucks for a year now, which at first it was a direct exchange platform. So we've exchanged over 16,000 Barter Bucks so far. So hopefully this year I want to triple that. So that's how I'm managing that. And it all depends on the members and the services that they offer on the platform too. So we have listings on the platform as low as 25 barter bucks up to 3,000 barter bucks.
Okay. And then what's the fee? You guys charge a fee for?
Yeah, so it's a subscription. And depending on the plan you choose, it's either $20 a month or $30 a month.
Got it. And there's no additional percentage so if somebody, you could pay $30 a month and have a $5 million barter buck situation or a $5 barter buck, you spend the $30.
Yes, it's only extra if when you purchase the service fee when you purchase.
Got you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like opportunity to me, but yeah. Thank you.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay.
I get what you're saying. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, judges, we are going to wrap up the Q&A for that. And Nicole, you were our final founder. So thank you for wrapping up the pitches with us. That was great. And we were so happy that you were able to get the slides up. Shout out to Diamond. Shout out to community for making things happen. We're happy to have you all be here. For everybody else who is listening and tuning in, the time went by so fast and we heard so many amazing pitches from these incredible founders. So if you're in the chat, give them a virtual round of applause. If you're sitting back, listening, cooking, give them a round of applause and we'll feel the energy from here. But a big, big shout out to Ben, Diamond, Michelle, and Nicole. We're so happy to have had you here. And judges, thank you so much for your time and your expertise as well as your intentional questions. I am not jealous of the decision-making process that you all have to go through to be able to make your choice for who the winner is going to be. And we're excited to hear how deliberations go and who will be officially announced at the Curator Summer in Atlanta on January 24th. We want to give a big shout out as well to Event Noir for this event. And we're so excited to be able to get together in person January 24th. Again, if you go back in the chat and check, there was an offer for free tickets. So don't miss out on doing that. Make sure that you sign up and follow Event Noir so that you can stay up to date on all of the information, the details, launches. They have also dropped that in the chat on Instagram at Event Noir HQ. And thank you all for being here, for being such an engaged audience, and for giving our founders life as we were doing this. All right, that is all that we have for today. Reminder, again, winner will be announced at the Curator Summit, and we are so excited to see you all there. Have a great night.
Thank you so much.